Now, with Cynthia Omowunwo Adebanjo running from pillar to post, going from one media house to the other after 2 years, she said, I want to be the bigger person here. That's why I kept quiet. But now, I want to be the baby person here. She's referring to Mohbad's father as being the baby person, while she is the bigger person. Mohbad's father, the smaller person, while she, the bigger person. Well, with all of our outing here and there, it has triggered certain people who are kept quiet all this while. It's not as if people do not have evidence or don't have what they can present to help justice for Mohbad progress. Some people do not want to because they are worried about the repercussion. They don't know what and what can happen after they are done doing their civic duty. They don't want to be thrown on the rail track and get crushed. They don't want the same people that they are fighting for justice for or giving out or supporting. They don't want any of these people to now say, hey, is that your business? Who told you that we did not know? But now, as it is, with many of the utterances of Cynthia, well, the die has been cast, and we all know the turnout of it. Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared. Be prepared. This is going to be a roller coaster. This journey of justice for Mohbad, it came with intrigues and U-turns and some kind of unbelievable. In fact, it got to a time we all kind of observed that justice for Mohbad was kind of dwindling. The energy and all of it was sort of kind of coming down. It came after the close of the coroner inquest. Then Yomi Fabi, he did put more light into certain things and people sort of rose up. Don't forget that there are a lot of people who, in fact, let me say there are a few people, let me put it that way, who were voices on justice for Mohbad, but for one reason or the other, they could not continue. They could not press on justice for Mohbad. They packed their bags and they kept quiet. But all of the stones that have been thrown here and there are certain people who have remained on that justice. You are also part of those people that have remained, regardless of the back and forth, stones thrown here and there. We've all stood together saying this justice must be gotten. If we did not keep the fire alive, Cynthia would not have gone to any of these media houses. It's because we have kept it alive. That is why there is a need for her to come out to say certain things. And because of this, like I said, the update that dropped will shock you. Please like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Let's get right into it.
Justice. Ìgbà tó bèrè lọ́wọ́ bàbá Mohbad, ó lóun wá justice. Tó ẹjọ́ ẹ rán wọn létí on the 27th. On the 27th, wọ́n má gọra wọn o. Bàbá Mohbad àti Wùnmí, wọ́n jáde síta kí gbogbo àjọ jáde síta. Ẹ rán wọn létí ẹjọ́ because justice ní gbogbo àjọ wá.
All right. Look at his talent. Look at his dream. As at that time, we all thought about the wife. We all sympathized with the wife. I posted the wife and Mohbad. Go and check on my page. Oshiwambe previously. I posted, like, this is a young couple who did this. The truth that we cannot take away from Mohbad's case is that somebody took his life without a natural cause. Somebody did that evil. They did that evil. And you think if they can do it to Mohbad, you are not likely to be. If they can do it to Mohbad, they won't. Another person might want to try the same thing on you, on your son. You are spending money so that your son can be brilliant, can be best in the class. I can tell you for free, there is somebody in that university that is planning to take the life of your son. Àwọn afẹ́nu jábẹ́ àwọn ajá kúṣukúṣu kò ní ṣe rán. As I was saying, ẹ̀yin tèmi, if somebody is there looking at your daughter, look at this girl. If people come here to this office, they will always go for her. They will always go for her. What does she think she is? Is she because she's beautiful? The person thinks that if I can put something in a drink, maybe we heard that they actually put something in Mohbad's food and it died. Even the wife did not say anything for 2 years and nothing happened to the wife. Even some embassy gave her freedom to say, come and pass through our country. Come and run away. I will do the same thing. The reason why it is not easy to poison people in UK, in America, is not because there are no sick people in that country looking at your skin and saying, this one will just come into our country, a black person. You'll be hearing, I know my rights. They keep do tears. I know my F rights. If you say you know your rights, but because they know any attempt to action that your evil thought, the law will catch up with you and the society will not back you up. They know the society will never back you up. They know they will know. And trust me, that is one of the reasons why I pitched my tent with Karimo. That time. That's whatever the case may be. Whether you remain silent or you are standing by the public to say, I want justice to be served. You did it. If eventually your sister has a hand in it, and she can say, I can't support this. I want to stay neutral. Let the law take its course and let the truth be established. That is what established those foreign countries. It's not because they like your son or daughter abroad, but because they know that when you make an attempt to want to take somebody's life because you don't like the way the person speaks, because the person is principled, because the person is beautiful, because that boy, the father spends money to ensure he attends the best school and he is brilliant, and you are angry because you cannot contain your anger, and the next thing you do is, let me look for the cheapest one that nobody will know. Let me just drop something in the drink. Let me put some. How many of you can say, all the food I will be eating till I will go out of this world, I will be cooking it by myself? How can you be so careful in life that you won't want to take drink from your friend? Why do you think friends don't just poison each other freely? Because they know it can be traced back to them. And that is why we need to stand up. Nobody can ever, in their honesty, look into Mohbad's case and say, this case is no case of injustice. You can't say it, except you are not raised properly. I don't care who you are or who is behind every handle or a TikTok account. Can you look into Mohbad's case and say, it's a natural death, it's just God. Look at the neck, it was bent, on yet it come. Look at the old stuff. Are you God that made the public to see those lacunas and screamed out, hey, Tolong? Are you God that enabled that body was exhumed? And you are now playing Jack Bauer now. If you are doing everything to cover up who took Mohbad's life, you are going down and trust me, some of you are building up a forest that will contain the curse that your generation from generation will be taking and be harvesting from. And remove your hand from that nonsense. Ask your conscience that, why should I want this person not to get justice? Why? I have been punished for some things I have done wrong before. The other person have been punished before. Why should the person that took Mohbad's life not want to be punished? until now, and our interview, there is no serious yarn and test that I want justice for my husband because Kolewa genuinely going from TV station to TV stations to Ghana and use the media because majority of our media are not telling we, you know. Asha Geon Lopo. Asha Geon. So when things are coming from some section of the media, I'm not surprised. If money is involved, they can call Satan the first cousin of God Almighty. In fact, they will tell you Satan is not Satan, but God still loves you more than Jesus if money is involved. Are you not ashamed of yourself? You are asking that they are victimizing a widow, and the widow knows that somebody could the last meal. Let's assume, but it is a possibility that if you try to make me go down, I will keep a story. CCTV and show mo ingba to ndano. Tori yen o ni mo gba to sọ pé ẹ wo ẹ̀yin nìkan lọ ṣe Indomie yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi ṣe nǹkan báyìí. Lady yen o ki ro tó bá ma parọ́. Ó ní wọ́n tọ́jú Mohbad. Ó ń ṣe fried rice. So at the same time ni àdúrà náà ń dáná àbí báwo ni Mohbad jẹun. At what point? Look at the timing. If it was Indomie, if it was Indomie, that means it was cooked before the nurse arrived. Then how long? Indomie is less than 5 minutes. So at the end of the day, Mohbad ate and he was in pain. Ìwọ anúrora ó tún jẹun. Ìyẹn ni pé ara bàbá ó yá, ẹ̀kọ́ wọlé, ewé ń jáde. Because what we were told is that the nurse met him in excruciating pain. Ìgbà wo ló wá jẹ Indomie? Or was it after you, Wunmi, finished cooking your fried rice? Because you said you were cooking. So if you were also in the kitchen while you claimed Adura was cooking Indomie, leave the CCTV. Let's see what happened in the kitchen. There is CCTV in that kitchen. And that is why I was screaming. I used to receive a lot of messages with fake accounts. Leave a kinikon. Kinikon. Mumio, oh, lo si laro, Mumio, ó ti wà ní Ìbàdàn. Tó bá ti kàn, wọ́n máa kì. Kò tí kàn, so wọ́n ti lè kì. But kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní gbà tó máa pé. In tí mo mọ̀ dájú ni pé whatever it is that she is banking on to reject the invitation of the AIG, it is null and void. It does not stand. Kò tẹ́ ń ṣe irú àwọn lọ́yà yẹn ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún ló máa sọ fún ẹ̀ fún kékeré ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún AIG. Torí AIG fún ẹ̀ gan mọ̀ pé kò make any sense. The command is just like if area commander ó ń ṣe kéèsì kan lọ́wọ́ kí commissioner of police wá ní I have interest in the case. Kí suspect tó wà lọ́dọ̀ area commander àbọ̀dọ̀ DPO kó ní commissioner of police ò lè wò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni commissioner of police lẹ́ni bó ṣe máa sọ fún ẹni tó head another command and authority. He is a commanding authority. The people that can give authority to go and do an investigation, IG, AIG, DIG, AIG, Commissioner of Police, Area Commander, and DPOs. Those are the commanding authorities that can approve that this investigation, go and do it.
Mr. Yomi, thank you very much, sir. I just want to quickly add up something in what you have just said right
Go
now.
ahead.
I quite applaud whatever you are doing, and I want to speak on the area of the Nigerian force, which you have just spoken. I think it's hard time. I overheard you saying we are in the 94th minute or 96th minute of the final round, which means justice is moving closer. And I want to use this opportunity to call on, because you've spoken too much on the police force, and I think it is hard time we move nearer and calling the police force to order, because I saw a viral video of the Black Widow, contrary to what the police is saying. Number one, I want to use this opportunity to call CP Olorundare Moshood Jimoh, which is the Commissioner of Police of Lagos State. And I also want to use the opportunity to talk to, if they are listening to me or listening to us, this CSP Benjamin Hundeyin, who is a PPRO of the police. I think it's hard time you take your work serious, especially Mr. Hundeyin, who happens to be an English speaker and also a criminologist, according to his this area of discipline. Number one, if you listen to the video very well, when the Black Widow was asked, what happened to your man? He went on to the area of saying it was just a small court. That it was a minor court. That even that when they got home, his husband was supposed to have an interview that day, but he didn't have the interview, or maybe he later had it. But when we heard from people that are supposed to be protecting our integrity, that are supposed to be by helpful in our security, like Benjamin Hundeyin, or whatever he called his name, as an English-speaking man, which I think they don't speak English very well when they are addressing us, and when he has a sense of criminology. For Christ's sake, how can a Nigerian police come to say Mohbad bled profusely? Even to the next day, he was still bleeding. And the Black Widow is saying it's just a minor cut. If we are to look at those two things, is either one is lying, one is saying the truth.
They bleed for 2 days. Come on,
And for us, let us believe. For us, let us believe the Nigerian police that they are saying the truth. Mohbad bled 2 days. If Mohbad really bled 2 days, and somebody is coming on a national TV to tell the police, a whole commissioner of police, a whole police spokesman, that it was a minor injury, don't you think it's hard time we start telling the police that they should respect themselves and respect the citizen of the state? Because they are there to serve, and serving means protecting us. Not that they are above us. They are there to serve us, and we are there to respect them. So wherever you may be, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin and Commissioner of Police Olorundare Moshood Jimoh, please check on what your spokesman that read about the problem, about what happened in Mohbad's house. Check very well and clear us on the issue of how somebody bled profusely for 2 days, and the Black Widow, which is the wife, is telling us that it's just a minor injury.
My brother.
So
can I interject you now?
Please.
Can I interject you?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
What you don't understand, you are correct with your plight. Whatever you are trying to opine now, they are germane. But what people always seem to forget, they said this is a preliminary report. And that is why police will always tell you, giving false information to the police is a criminal offense. You as a citizen, you owe every right It is a civic social responsibility to tell the police the truth at any time they are asking you questions. Not even when they are investigating, and they are investigating a serious crime like homicide. If somebody had told the police, oh, it was a serious injury and the blood was mush, and that is why we found the blood everywhere, what do you want the police to say? So the police should say, no, it didn't bleed. If peradventure, just the way we are now digging deep, and a new evidence now surfaces to prove otherwise, whoever misled the police should know that they will be paying for that gaffe. And that is why it is called preliminary report. And another thing, homicide, murder cases is not like rape that has statute of limitation, that if it is not reported beyond so time, it doesn't work again. There are some cases of rape. If you do not report before so time with clear-cut evidence to pursue it, it might become a serious marriage. It might tell you, we understand, we'll look into your case, we'll investigate for you, but chances that you get all the things you want in this case will be slim, because the time you were meant to report so that we can nip it in the bud is over. But in this kind of a case, it has no statute of limitation. Beauty of this kind of a case. So now that new leads are coming up, as we speak, that video in question, if you look at the way they've spent money, spent time, resources to shield that video and that phone, certainly is fishy because it came natural. So let's wait on the police. At least now, we have been able to complain to the higher command, and they are looking into the case. Let's see and wait for the outcome. Ibi tí lady yẹn ti ṣe mistake nìyẹn. Òun ló wá ń kóòtù òfin fún commission AIG pé the zonal command cannot look into the activities of a state command. Ṣé rí pé nǹkan tí ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn? Because at the end of the day, the zonal command was created to look into the activities of the state commands and other smaller, units of the police, so that the activities can be checkmated. So zone 2, the two commissioner of police under the zone 2 is the commissioner of Lagos State and Ogun State. Any case they are handling, if any complaint comes to the AIG that what they are doing there or what they are doing, I'm not satisfied or this, the AIG will ask that, okay, let them investigate for me, and if he concludes his investigation, he can retrieve the file and say, okay, you know what, let's take your hands off it, your officers, don't let them do it again, I'll give it to my officers here. It's still the same police. When they are done, then they will get back to me. Don't worry. For the purpose of fairness, they are telling that the lady does not have the right to honor. But whatever the case may be, we shall see. In terms of money, when the AIG, if the AIG arrests anybody, I will be looking for the commissioner of police that will go and meet the AIG and say, release Nǹkan tí ó àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́
jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ ni.
Wọ́n kàn ń tọ́ àwọn èèyàn lórí social media. Ṣé tí AIG bá arrest Wùmí, commissioner of police àwọn lọ bá AIG pé nothing ẹ wo àfi amadi justice for AIG ló wá.
ẹkùn ọkàn fáwọn ìwà
àwọn èèyàn wọnú
ó pọ̀ pátákùpá ní gbogbo àwọn yẹn wàá ṣeré bàbí.
Pátákùpá ni wọ́n wà níbi ìwà èdèjì. Let me give you this one. Wọ́n rí ọ̀bá wọn sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Meanwhile, wọ́n bá wọn sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ń kọ̀rọ̀. Òun náà ṣe ń lọ sí owó TV station káàkiri tó ń sanwó fáwọn èèyàn pé kí lè bá wà lórúkọ jẹ́. Kí ni mò ń ṣe ju pé just saying do the right thing under the law. Ó gbò yẹn ó ń bá ìtàn ní ẹ̀yìn tèmi. Ẹ wo bí ẹni tó wà nílé ńgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ kó bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ju law lọ now. You are not bigger than the law. Where you to to dishonor the police and not answer, not even an AIG. Commissioner of police only lanu sọ fún AIG pé sir what you did ẹ bá gbọ́ dá padà. Well, I don't know how to do. I don't know why she wanted to message me because I don't know why she. Bóyá ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ bú mi náà dẹ̀ tó lóun àmì òtí ẹ̀mọ́ tó ṣe.
Èébú lọ́wọ́ tó wà yìí ó gentle gan lọ́wọ́ tó wà yìí o èébú tẹ̀.
Èbó tẹ̀ tí bá ti dárúkọ nọ́mbà wa dáadáa ń bì èmi ìwọ́n rọ́ tó kàn pàkiri fáwọn èèyàn. Gbogbo èèyàn ló mọ nọ́mbà mi ṣé Ìyábọ̀ Òjó ò mọ nọ́mbà mi ni.
Ó
Tó bá ti
mọ̀
ẹ̀jẹ̀ fún ọ̀kankan fún mi àbí kiri kan míwàá irọ́ burúkú ni ó wà pẹ̀lú Ìyábọ̀ Òjó òní mọ Yomi Fábíyì èmi gángan kọ Ìyábọ̀.
Ìyábọ̀ Òjó kẹ̀ Ìyábọ̀ Òjó eré fẹlẹ́lẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tó wà yìí eré fẹlẹ́lẹ́.
Àní gbogbo ọlọ́ tó tiẹ̀ pa yẹn ká ní pé nǹkan mi ló tiẹ̀ sọ màá wò kókè ọmọ yìí ó tiẹ̀ nírẹ̀lẹ̀ wọ́n tọ́ dáadáa. Ó lè wà pé ó lè sátì Ìyábọ̀ ó lè wà lórí Gistlover wèrè tó wà yẹn kó má mẹ́ tó jẹ́ Yomi Fábíyì.
Ìyábọ̀ ti jáwọ́ ń bẹ̀ o.
Mi ò ní kò jáwọ́ mi ìdẹ̀ ló jáwọ́ èmi ò mọ tó ṣe ntẹ́mi sọ.
Kò lè mú nọ́mbà lẹ̀ rárá kó tún lọ mú nọ́mbà lẹ̀ ní ìtó wà yìí. Àkọ́nà má pa very dark man ọkọ̀ ẹkùn nìyẹn.
You know what? Ó tiẹ̀ lè fún nọ́mbà mi. I am saying ó lè fún pé you want to talk to Yomi. Ṣèbó òun náà ló pé aṣáàrí fídíò tó àrí ọ́díò tó fi pé bàbá Mohbad tó gbé bàbá yẹn ṣe pé àrọ́rọ̀ tútù ń bẹ̀ náà kò sọ̀rọ̀ humility pé dádì ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ rò pé mo bímọ fọ́mọ yín ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ rò pé mi mò ń fọ́mọ yín lóúnjẹ ó ṣàn bá mi sùn whatever it is ìtẹ̀ ń ṣe fún mi ìyá ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣàánú mi ọmọ ni mo jẹ́ sí tẹ́ bá gbọ́ yẹn I will empathize with you. Ó lè gbé àgbà kò sí tó jọ ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa ní ilé kọrú fíìmù yẹn sì kí wá lẹ́ni tó búyàn bẹ́yẹn ó bá padà sóríire báwo ni fẹ́ kọrú sítórì yẹn.
Bàbá mo fẹ́ bọ́lẹ̀ ni but kí n tó bọ́lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ mi Bukky Jesse gbóná lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Zomo yẹn àbí Zobo dẹ̀ ni ẹ jọ.
àwọn èèyàn owó ọdún làwọn yẹn jàre àwọn yẹn ń ṣe.
Ẹgbẹ́ mi ẹgbóná lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Zobo yẹn wọ́n ló fò jáde lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta lánàá kó sùn.
àríwọ̀n tí ìmọ̀ fún tẹ̀ ẹ wo bí kò tí ò tí yẹ ogbó yín máa padà yẹ ogbó yín létà ọlọ́pàá ò tí ì fi iṣẹ́ rán mi ìdẹ̀ lè fi iṣẹ́ kọjá àbí tọ́ rán mi. Dó èmi náà wà standby pẹ̀lú wọn tí máa rí pé ó fẹ́ yíwọ́ síbò mi èmi máa pariwo síta ṣùgbọ́n wọn bá ta bá dé ẹ bá jẹ́ ń bá jẹ́ ju bóyá wà lọ torí pé ẹbí tá wà yìí tí bá fẹ́ kọ́ máa dá mi lóhùn kọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ tí òfin sọ èmi náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe kíni tá a bá ṣe ń gbẹ́sẹ̀ bá gbé tẹ̀lé wa bá gbé kọjá wa.
wàá gba ayọ̀ ọmọ ọgbọ́n wàá gba ayọ̀.
ẹ ti eyín gbogbo ìtàwọn yẹn ń ṣe yẹn wọ́n ṣe exercise ni ṣẹ́yìn ẹgbọ́ Zomo láti ọjọ́ yìí ẹ gbọ́ náà Zomo yẹn nígbà tí fíìmù ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ lọ wo péjì ẹ̀ Zomonization ló ń jẹ́ ìmọ̀lẹ́nization ni ìmọ̀lẹ́ ń jẹ́ nígbà tó rí pé ariwo ti lọ ó padà sí Zomoli kí ni ẹ bá wa pò náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin gbogbo yín what are you people doing.
Bukky Jesse ṣó ti gbọ́ kò tún sórun lálẹ́ yìí fún ẹ.
àwọn yẹn àwọn yẹn ẹ wo bí ó náwọn tí àwọn yẹn máa lọ máa kí mi àwọn ò náwọn tó ń commit crime mi ò lẹ́lẹ́wọ̀n mi ní kankan ní mi ṣe tèmi àwọn ṣe nọ́mbà mi nì so gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn tó ní ayé gangan ọlọ́pàá gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ òótọ́ kí ni já gbogbo yín tán àtàwọn tó ní gbogbo òótọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn ìyí tó wọ́ọ̀sì jùlọ ọlọ́pàá tẹ bá lọ ń fún lówó kó máa ń kọ́ bá kan ẹni tó wọ́ọ̀sì jù let me tell you clearly no matter who you are ọlọ́pàá tí o lọ fún ní owó pé help us arrest this person illegally help us cover this thing àwọn yẹn lọ tá ẹ jù torí tí it gidi bá dé àwọn ló máa kọ́ da tọ́ wọn lẹ̀ because they cannot because of the coins tó kólé wọn lọ́wọ́ kọ́ lóṣù gbogbo career of mo fọlọ́ bàbúrò ẹ̀mí yóò ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ tó kankan ká ní gbogbo yẹn ọlọ́run ṣí yín lójú lónìí ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá jẹ́ rí fíìmù gangan ni mi ì rí yín rárá ẹ wá rò pé okay let's go to comment section let's start cutting let's drag èmi ṣẹ́gun kan tó ń pè ní activism ṣá dragging is individual activism is fighting probably a government or entire enclave ẹ wá ń fi wéra wọn ẹ ń sínwín ní abẹ́ ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ yà wèrè abẹ́ ń kọ́ṣe ẹ wá ń fi activism ẹ fi ń wé dragging ẹ fi ń wé dọ̀tí tẹ̀ ń ṣe ìyẹn lè bí máa tẹ̀lé kiri ẹ mọ ohun tó ń ṣe yín o à ń sọ̀rọ̀ kíyàn fi ẹ̀mí ẹlẹ́ jà fún nǹkan kí ìlú da ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ká máa búra wa àràbù lèmi máa pay attention sí àràbù fẹ́ni tí rí láìfẹ́ ò bọ́ sí fẹ́ni tí rí láìfẹ́ ẹ̀gọ́ ti dẹ̀gbẹ́ tí láìpẹ́ ẹ ti kẹtàn lèmi máa fọ́ tí máa fún yín ní gbogbo pátá àtàjọ ṣe ẹ̀mú kan pé jáàjọ máa ṣe showbiz orí social media nítorí tó bá sì bọ́ sílẹ̀ náà ó sì jura wọn lọ ní tí mo fi takú nìyẹn pé èmi lè máa lé kúrò nínú struggle tí mo wọ̀ whether mo wọlé by mistake o whether mo bring ara mi low o whether mo bring ara mi dẹ̀gbẹ́ o whether it is kìíní kan mo ti wọ̀ nìyẹn justice yẹn àjọ máa rí ni kò bá jẹ́ orí pákó la máa wà orí pákó yẹn la máa ti rí justice kò bá jẹ́ orí social media àjọ máa fàjà ń bẹ̀ ní ṣùgbọ́n tó bá dó offline ẹ mọ̀ kó jura wọn lọ when I will mention tí o sì tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ ò gbà tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ẹ lọ wo dáadáa ẹ lọ wo wọn ládùúrà fẹ́ sùn mí ní tẹ́ḿbì mo kọ̀ báyìí wọ́n tún tọ́yìn títí wọ́n ní àdúrà petition èmi tẹ́ fẹ́ gbálẹ̀ tó fẹ́ petition ṣọlọ́pàá yẹn fẹ́ kọ́ṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ṣe ni àwa wo sùsù àkà bàkọ́ evidence jáde àwa èmi gangan ni victim èmi gangan ni complainant iyì white tó dẹ́mọ́ yẹn ó yí mọ̀bí tára òun kù orí social media náà ti máa ṣe láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà àmọ́ yàtọ̀ èyí tó lóhun lárí kókó tó ṣe búbú mi ò fi ò ẹni pé ọba tábà ni ọba tábà wọ́n máa mọ̀ lára orí TikTok everybody máa sọ òyìnbó ẹ máa type in comment section kí n tẹ̀lé pẹ̀lú yẹn mélòó ń fẹ́ máa ṣe pọ̀ tẹ́bá ti bú ẹ̀ ṣe lọ́pọ̀ eléyìí tábà ti wọ́ gbogbo mú wọ́n ti fa tábà pa òfin o wọ́n máa fa tábà wọ́n máa jòfin o gbogbo iṣó wọn ò lè bọ́ sí tábà so gbígbà kí lù dàrú ni èèyàn lè pò wọ́n lẹ́jọ́ ẹlòmíà sọ báyìí wàá ti ó dà wá ti dé kóòtù wá ṣéyàn ló sóyà bí ṣó ti kú ní àbẹ́yàn kú sílẹ̀ àbẹ́yàn kú sí ẹnu torí tábà tó fi o èèyàn lè máa jẹ́ papọ̀ wá ba chemical process tó yẹ pé ẹ mọ sulfur n tó máa jáde ò ní bọ́ sí. So basically when we want to do showbiz we do showbiz, when we want to pursue justice we pursue justice, but fight for justice and all these things ẹ gbàgbé bó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ social media is there but reality ó jìnnà sí gbogbo àwọn eléyìí àwọn tó ń fẹ́lẹ̀ light advice wọ́n kàn fẹ́ oko parun ni o oko parun. You cannot be a person of interest in an ongoing homicide investigation and then you are wrong. Do you know why they are calling you? The same lawyer Tomba Wumi Cynthia Aloba Tomba Kokwe, she does not have to answer the AIG because the case is domiciled at the Lagos State Command, Police Command, and that the case is in court. The same lawyer, no more Adura Wasi or the AIG. So what law is good for the goose and that is not good for the gander? Why are you now saying that the woman should not appear? But Adura appeared, nothing happened. And they are doing it, they think it is actually cruise. I don't know how most of them, but how did I show that I am here to do something different than justice? What have I done? Kini ti embami pogongo, kini motivi, are you people justice fighters? What I was told is that I should come on TikTok that are justice fighters. That was what convinced me, and I broke my own personal principle of not joining TikTok. Mo wá débẹ̀, mo rí oríṣiríṣi attack. I was getting help, just the way I'm getting help now, through the foundation. Ẹ wá wo kí àwọn èèyàn kọ̀ change ẹ̀bọn mi lọ́wọ́. Ẹ wo báyé ṣe kéèsì lọ́sìn, ẹ wo nǹkan tó wà lẹ̀. Káwọn kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kan ní àwọn send owó sí mi. Ni wá ṣe account owó tó send sí mi. Kọ́ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pè mí lónìí.
Well. Yeah, Yomi Fabi is feeling the attack. Basically, it gets to a point you just cannot say no. I have a thick skin. There are times that you just want to respond to some of this attack here and there. And the thing is this, that Mohbad's father is not aligning with Yomi Fabi is one of the major issue here. Mohbad's father, Mohbad's father is with Buki Jesse. There was a time Mohbad's father did not align with Yeye Kudi, and Yeye Kudi had lambasted Mohbad's father. These are some of the people who became voices on justice for Mohbad. In fact, some of them visited him. They went all the way, and they had phone calls here and there, updates here and there. But somehow it seems Yomi Fabi and Mohbad's father, they both do not have a connection. But then the question is this: is it important? Is it necessary that Mohbad's father and Yomi Fabi connect together, like have a kind of understanding? To a certain extent, yes, to a certain extent, but not really, because Yomi Fabi wants to operate in a professional way and manner, and he has tried his best to give the foundation, or let's say the NGO that is the head of, a face. He is the one that came up with the press conference, and he has also done some other. There are other activities that he has engaged in, such as physically going to Mohbad's house. We've not seen anyone do that. Nobody has gone to Mohbad's house, like giving us some kind of face-to-face update. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what's going on. Let's see the house that they said there is no camera. So we cannot erase the part of Yomi Fabi in this journey of justice for Mohbad. Trying to do so is more or less like being kind of foolish. You know, we cannot erase the role that he has played. Neither can we erase the role that other people have played. It's just that it got to a time that this competition, unhealthy competition, came into it where everyone wants to be the voice. I'm the one. In fact, even what is it called? One sister, Cynthia's sister, Karimo, also felt that having the ears of Mohbad's father was going to give her that credibility. So it is about who is going to have the ears of Mohbad's father. And it got to a time, Mohbad's father too became like, yes, I am the Lord of the Ring. I'm the Lord of the Ring. But somehow, slowly, when the issue of accountability came into it, he realized that he is not the Lord of the Ring, that people are giving him that love because of the empathy that he had towards his late son, Mohbad. He realized it, and he had to come out with the accountability. I think to an extent, it kind of made him realize his position. He realized that, yes, I am the person who lost the son, but the public is the voice, not even mine. I don't have a voice. The public is my voice. So he realized the importance. Not that he didn't know, but at that point he felt like, okay, no. So it's okay. Yomi Fabi is not happy with, obviously, he's not happy because some couple of hours ago, I mean, let's say less than 18 hours ago, let me put it that way, Buki Jesse came out and said a lot of things. She said a lot of things, and it is glaring. She does not mince words. She came hard, lashing at Yomi Fabi. And the thing about this thing is so funny. There was a time that Yomi Fabi and Buki Jesse were on the same space. I mean, they co-hosted each other, and it is on this justice for Mohbad. All of a sudden, those that were together on this journey of justice for Mohbad, like every one of them, before we could say Jack Robinson, problems started. Yeah, problems started. Like they started having some clashes that borders on this person is not for justice for Mohbad. Then we started hearing this anti-justice, 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 anti-justice. brother justice, sister justice. We started hearing all of these things. Like, I'm like, what is this thing? What's going on here? Obviously, definitely, when things like this come up, you find loads and loads of people. Like, a lot of people will jump into it. It's a normal thing. And definitely, it's not everybody that you find around you when, it's not everyone that is for justice. It's the truth. There are some people that are not for justice. There are some people that cannot withstand the pressure. There are some people that cannot withstand they just cannot withstand the money, the perks that comes with it. They could not withstand it. They said to themselves, no, it's time for us to enjoy. So some of them betrayed the justice. Some of them, we all don't process things the same way. There are people who didn't process certain things appropriately. They processed it in a way that became, they felt, oh, this person is betraying me, that person is betraying me. And because of this superiority, I want to be the head. I am the person. Let every information come from me. Let me be the source. Once I come out like this, let 3,000 people gather to listen to me. Let every other person get information from me. I am the primary source. Let the rest be secondary. So it started, which I believe is a human thing. Human beings are like that. Human beings are like that. We have this thing within us that want to always be the person. We want to be the person. So it started. This thing started, and I observed it. I said, well, let us see if we will get justice and we will arrive somewhere. It started. I'm the one. I spoke to Baba and I laughed. Baba, we're all helping Baba. Baba is inconsequential. Let me use that word. Although his presence is needed, it is his son. But if we are to leave Baba, if we did not do what we are instructed to do, humanity instructed us to do it. If we didn't, by now, Baba would have been, he would have moved on with his life. Possibly, he would have just done what he needed to do. So I said to myself, I called Baba. It is good. It is fine. It shows that people are still connected with the father of the deceased, and help is also being rendered. It's a good thing. So Yomi Fabi now said, if we are to get justice, that's the part that I think Mohbad's father didn't like. He didn't like some things, utterances of Yomi Fabi, and he said, it's not like this guy is not seeking for justice. At least I can't say he's not, but there are some of his utterances that are not fine. And there's also this talk that is insulting Mohbad's father, is disrespecting Mohbad's father. And I will not blame him to an extent. Let's be sincere. Because you cannot get justice by being sentimental. It's not possible. You can't get justice by being sentimental. Sentiment cannot be attached. Sentiments cannot be attached if you want to really get this justice. It's not possible for you to be sentimental about it. You have to be forthright with it. You have to call a spade a spade. You have to process things. You have to just process things the way it should be processed. That's how to get justice. So I looked at certain things. I said, okay. There was a time Adura was pitched against his father. You all remember? Adura was pitched against his father. It's about the embalming thing. Darosha, who embalmed, said, I'm not the one. It is Adura that did it. So if you want to put Adura in prison, go ahead. They wanted to emotionally blackmail. They wanted to use family tie, blood to blackmail Mohbad's father. They wanted to test his resolve to see how far it can go. They pressed on him that way. The man had no option. He said, if that is what it is, so be it. If it is Adura, then if Adura is willing to go down, then let Adura go. But the talk went back and forth. The police didn't do what they were supposed to do. It ended there, petition or no petition, nothing happened. And when Darusha got to the inquest, Darusha said, it is Baba Mohbad that said that they should embalm Mohbad. And in fact, he said Mohbad's father was there. Simply put, he was there. He gave his consent. Simply put, that's just what it is. He gave his consent and we embalmed him. He was there. That's what they said. Like, come and prove that. Because they know that there's no CCTV, no CCTV is available. They've dealt with the CCTV. So, prove that you're not the one that told us to do what we did. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Prove that you are not the one that told us, do this. Well, so Yomi Fabiyi now said, look, the way out of this is for the NGO, and that's where problem came. I mean, Bukky Jesse, other people that have been on the journey, they're like, look at this man. What do you mean by your NGO should be the one, should be the organization? I mean, your organization should be the one handling this justice for Mohbad on behalf of Mohbad's father. Mohbad's father should just take the back seat to avoid emotion, and that this should be trashed and handled, and that the NGO will be the one, of course, the NGO will be the one raising money, pressing and pushing. Mohbad's father is out of the way. The NGO, so they are like, Oga, you are not normal. Oh. You see where these issues came into. You're not okay. So you want your NGO should be the one. And don't forget that we have the African TV CEO, NGO, also by the side, unregistered. So it's all about what can we make. It's not as if Yomi Fabiyi's NGO will not make money too. Definitely, Yomi Fabiyi's NGO will make money. It is work. So there are some people who are like, no, what do you mean? Your NGO will be the one handling the justice. We will press and push. No sentiment attached. Anyone that needs to be prosecuted will be prosecuted, which to an extent, yes. Removing emotion, sentiment. Anyone that is not a family member will prosecute, will press, will push. But if you're a family member, oh, I don't want to lose my son. Oh, I don't want this and that. Oh, I don't want that and that. The thing is, it's not Mohbad's father that is actually, oh, okay, the police messed up. There is no private investigator. So what is the coroner inquest for? Fact finding. Which fact? What are they finding? Well, it is well. Because if we are to rely on the stories that all of them have presented at the inquest, although there are discrepancies here and there, timing not correct, and all of that. But then, what other evidence is available? What other? So, we had suggested private investigator then, but I'm kind of wondering back then, maybe the system in Nigeria, I don't know. But I know that a private investigator would have done wonders. But they relied on the police. And we know that the police will not do the job. We all know that the police will not do the job. The police have always been unwilling to process this justice for Mohbad. We all know. So, what are we saying here? Fact finding. Which fact? To question them. To query them. Okay. Questions have been asked. Cynthia is saying the same thing that Cynthia said at the coroner inquest. Is it Naira Marley or Sam Larry that will now come and tell us what happened? And I'm kind of wondering why the nurse was not part of the people invited at the beginning. I mean, come on, let us be sincere. Prime Boy, Adura, Cynthia, nurse. I know that they have other people there. Prime Boy, Adura, Cynthia, the nurse, and of course, the person that gave number. I was expecting that this would have been the first set of people that would be thoroughly investigated and interrogated. I mean, cross-examined at the inquest. But they left the nurse till the final. I don't know, maybe that's part of the... So funny. So funny. So funny. But all of this will come to an end because in some couple of days, from what we heard, if all things being equal, we have been told that the inquest is about to be reopened, and those that will be called upon will be called upon. It doesn't matter the sensationalism of it. If Naira Marley is going to say, oh, this girl is a bad girl, of course, he has given updates saying that Cynthia is a bad girl. Bad girl or no bad girl, what pied Mohbad? I guess that's the basic That's the basic need at this time. What pied Mohbad? How did they pie? So the nurse is the key. The nurse will definitely, I'm sure the nurse does not want to take the fall for this demise. I'm sure the nurse will not take a fall for it. Like, what happened? Oh, this is what I saw when I came. This is what I saw, because Cynthia has made it clear. It's the nurse. She said it clearly. And the nurse is like, this is a setup. This is a setup. So the nurse should come and tell us, when I saw Mohbad, this is the condition that Mohbad was. This is what I saw. This is what I observed. Oh, he reacted this way. So by the time I ran down to get something else, they said Mohbad is gone.